Hello and welcome back to the Angelic Portal Guided Meditation series. This is guided meditation number 7. We'll start in about 15 to 20 seconds. In the meantime, I'd ask that you get comfortable in a seat with your feet firmly planted on the ground, or even seated in the lotus position if that's your preference. Lying on your bed is another option. Whichever position you choose is fine. So this guided meditation will take around 30 minutes. If you want to go ahead and get yourself comfortable, I will count from 1 to 10, and when I get to 10, we'll officially start. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close your eyes for me. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're going to start by relaxing the body. If you can place your attention on your left leg, I'll get you to just relax the toes and the foot, and relax from your ankle up to your knee. Focus on your hamstring and thigh as you do so, and relax that for me also. Let all of the tension go. Feel the tingling sensations in your left toes. That's fantastic. Allow your leg to be nice and relaxed. We'll go ahead and do the same with your right leg. Place your attention on your right toes and your foot, relaxing from your ankle all the way to your knee, and then continuing up your leg, relaxing your thigh as well as your hamstring. That's it. Let it completely relax. Great job. So both legs sitting there nice and comfortable. That's it. Draw your attention to your buttocks and the groin area next. I'd like you to relax those areas for me. No tension, just nice and calm. Perfect. Perfect. Draw your attention to the stomach muscles. Let all of the tension go from the stomach. Nice and relaxed. That's the way. Perfect. And bring your attention to the chest and the shoulders. We're going to relax the body in those locations. So go ahead and relax the abdomen, chest, and shoulders, allowing them to completely release. As I always say, sometimes carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders is quite common, so we don't want to do that. So relax those shoulders as if someone's gently placing their hands on them. That's it. Great job. Same thing with your back now. All the muscle groups starting from the base of the spine and moving all the way up. Feel the body sinking into the ground. Let all of the tension dissolve. Next, I'll ask you to relax your arms, focus your attention on your left hand, and relax your fingers. Relax your hand all the way up your arm to your shoulder. You may feel tingling in your left fingers as you do so. That's perfectly okay. And bring your attention to your right hand as well. Let's do the same thing there. Relaxing your fingers. Relax your hand all the way up your right arm to your shoulder. That's it. Letting go of all of the tension. Focusing on the face. Let your jaw release. Feel your eyes soften. And then release any tension between the eyes and your forehead. Let all of the tension go. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is count from 1 to 10. As I do that, you're going to go deeper and deeper into a relaxed state. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Allow yourself to go deeper and deeper. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. Okay, so in front of you, I want you to see the winding path that you usually see, and to the side, left and right, will be the trees. The winding path will be going to the angelic portal. As you walk through, notice any birds. I can hear some birds chirping, but please do continue to walk as you listen. And ahead you will see the angelic guide is standing near the portal. So as you get closer, please do say hello. You'll feel the unconditional love the angelic guide has for you. The portal itself is white there are very small traces of gold and silver, which will become quite potent as you walk through. I'm sure you'll see lots of gold and silver as you walk through. So let's do that now. The angel guide will go first. We're going to the angelic portal homeworld, as you can imagine. So let's do that together. Follow the angel guide, and as you walk through the portal, you can really see the gold and silver becoming visible. And walking through that, you can see the grass. So go ahead and step on the grass. Allow that to take shape. You can see the water as well as the mountains taking shape also. So as you stand on the grass, feel the earth under your feet. And as you look around, you can see trees going around the side of the lake. Okay, you can see the trees visible on both sides. Okay, your home is actually quite easy to see as well. And that's a little further down the lake to the right hand side. A little further ahead, or a little further down the lake from your home, is the White Room portal. You can notice that as well. So what we'll do is we'll head over in the direction of the home, following the angel guide in the process. As we keep walking, notice the ducks from yesterday seem to have multiplied. There are a few more visible today than the last visit, so I'm not sure what other wildlife or birds you can see around, but it seems to me that more and more are arriving with every visit. And as we continue to walk, I want you to just see in as much clarity everything that you can. You can see the home getting closer as well, so notice that in as much detail also. It's important, as mentioned previously, to see in as much clarity because it does deepen your ability to see things, and it's definitely useful. So standing in front of your home, maybe turn around and face the lake for me. And if you look above, you'll see the 4 angels arriving. You can see them flying over you and descending. They'll land on the other side of the lake. As always, the case is they're here to assist you. So if you can go ahead and maybe give them a little wave and acknowledge their presence, that would be great. The angels are loving energies, and they are sharing with you this world so that your vibration can lift. Excellent. Now we do need to go into the White Room today, so that means we'll head towards the White Room portal. Just walk along the grass a little bit further. Let's look at some of the mountains away in the distance as we do so. You can see some snow on them today. What a beautiful sight. And as we arrive in front of the portal, we're just going to follow the guide right through. And as we do that, notice the slight gold and silver colours sparkling coming from the portal. So, yeah. As that journey takes place, you'll see the chair or the seat emerge in front of you. You can go straight ahead and take a seat for me. As is becoming the norm, the angelic guide will now disappear from view, and the portal will also. So you'll find yourself in the White Room, with white being the observable colour in all of the directions. Today we've got another little adventure for you, so let's get into it. In front of you this time, I want you to see projected in front of you a park. Let's say a children's playground. If you know one from your everyday 3-dimensional life, you can maybe make it that one. The only condition is I want it to have a small pond in it. This pond I want to be about 100 yards wide, something like that. Like always, as I mentioned, I want it to be outside of touching distance. You are in the White Room seated. Just let the projection of this park form in front of you. So in a moment I'm going to ask you to shimmer, not yet though. The process of shimmering will involve you moving from the white room and being totally immersed in the scene. So let's do that. Shimmer. And you are now standing in the park. Take a moment to have a look in all of the directions. Notice the pond is sort of close by as well. As you look at it, I want you to observe children maybe feeding ducks and some swans, maybe some adults as well. Not that many, just a few. If you can do that for me, that would be great. See it in detail. Okay, so looking down, you'll find that you've got a loaf of bread in your hand. So please go ahead and participate yourself and break some bread up and throw it into the water for the ducks. On the right hand side of this pond, I want you to see a mother and a young girl, maybe 5 or 6 year old. She's getting all quite excited, obviously wishing she had some bread of her own to feed the ducks. The mother's quite relaxed, just watching and pointing to her daughter, primarily about what you're doing. First thing I want you to do is observe and ask yourself this question. If she's getting excited and she's receiving signals, what do you think those signals might be? Take a few moments to think about it. I think probably we can agree that she wants to participate and that she wishes she could do so. So the signals that are arising in her mind could well be that. So consider for a moment this new concept. The vibration she is in, which basically means her mood, has an effect on the signals that she receives. I'll give you an example of this as we watch this young girl giggling and pointing at the ducks. The vibration is one of happiness, one of being present in the park. It is one of calmness. If it was anything other than that, it is unlikely she would even have noticed you. I want to add another character to this scene. I want you to see an older gentleman, maybe 60, 70-year-old. He's reading a newspaper on the other side of the pond on another park bench. He is completely absorbed in reading and hasn't looked up since you've got there. I want you to ask yourself what signals and what vibration he might have. Remember that he is completely focused on his reading. So what's the difference and the similarities between the child and the man in terms of signals and vibration? We know that the little girl may have been to the park. She might have been taken to the park, I should say, by her mother. And it could even have been entirely the mother's idea. Perhaps it wasn't. Maybe it was the little girl's idea instead. Whatever the case may be, a signal arose and action was taken, which culminated in arriving at the park. The signal was received, even determined time of day that the mother and child arrived in the park. So think about that. The same could be true for the man. The signal was received and he has ended up in the park by acting upon the signal. Perhaps he's going to visit his son or his daughter. Maybe he's a little bit early. So he's received a signal to go read a paper before meeting up. Maybe some of his family members are walking around the park and he's received a signal to read that paper instead of going with them. He might even be on his work break and came over to the park to escape his office. Whatever it is, he is in the park because he received a signal to do so and then he acted on it. So before we go any further, how are you going with feeding those ducks and swans? I want you to see a swan come up closer to you Perhaps throw some extra bread towards it. It seems very friendly. That's it. By the way, the weather is beautiful today. We certainly seem to be having great weather everywhere we go together. So, as we've discussed, the signals are being received by our fellow park visitors. And what about their vibrations? So let's introduce a new insight. The reality is you'll never know what motivated any of these people to come here. And even if you did ask them, you may not necessarily be told the truth. So how are we going to handle that? That's what we have to ask ourselves. So we've got some basic questions to do that. So let's start with the man. If he were agitated or upset, it is very unlikely he would have enough calmness and self-control to be totally absorbed in his paper whilst in a park. His concentration level alone would make it hard for him to concentrate. To receive signals to do what he is doing, the mood has to be right. Considering most people believe every thought they have is their own, then this gentleman, if he was not calm, probably would have resulted in him doing something different. At the very least, his vibration has resulted in him receiving signals to go to a park and read a paper, not to do anything else. Keep feeding the swans whilst you consider this. So let's imagine you're feeding ducks. And at this time, the little girl is distracted by a puppy. Nothing else has changed. You're feeding the ducks. Someone walks by with a puppy. So what's the vibration going to be like for the little girl? You might think to yourself, she might like little dogs. She might like them. She might want to go pat the dog, in which case she probably wouldn't be paying any attention to you in that moment in time. So her vibration about how she feels about dogs is going to determine what her signal is in that event. For example, if she's scared of dogs, the signal that she receives will probably be negative towards dogs. If she's always wanted a little dog or has one at home, perhaps her signals will be different. So her vibration, how she feels about something, is going to determine how she sees the dog. The vibration is going to attract the signals that are received by her. Perhaps she's fed up with her dog at home and she ignores the dog and is more interested in you feeding the ducks. So you see that signals arise, and they arise by being determined by the underlying vibration. Vibration always comes before the signals. Guess what? I want you to take your shoes off. Go into the pond just up to your knees. Okay, do that for me. Let's attract some attention. I want you to sing the national anthem of your country at the top of your voice. And I want everyone in the park to notice. Do it now. They're all turning around. And now get out of the water for me. Okay, that was just a little bit of fun. Just having a laugh. It's got nothing to do with signals of vibration. Just breaking the momentum a little bit to freshen you up, so that we can go straight into the next example. As you know, the man reading the paper, he's sitting on the bench reading. Let's say earlier in the morning he had received a phone call, and that this phone call was bad news for him. What vibration would the gentleman have if he had some anxiety within his body? What would be his vibration? Can you see how that would influence the signals that arise? One phone call could have been enough to change his vibration, and the positive thoughts that he may have woken up with could easily be replaced by negative ones. Again, the important point is that your vibration will attract your signals. What if I could show you a way to keep your vibration high so that when you receive signals, they are more uplifting? And it's the path that we're on in the angelic portal as we take your vibration higher so you can experience fifth dimensional consciousness. Let's just walk in general through the grass now. Maybe give the bread to the mother of the child so the little girl can participate in feeding the ducks. As we walk, let's think about the trip to the restaurant that we took in our last guided meditation. You observed what your attitude towards fish, tacos, and bats are. The signals that arose in your mind came through because of the vibration. What vibration did you have to have for those food items to have a response to? You'll find that every item that you could have chosen on that menu resulted in a vibration change, and the vibration attracted the signals you received. That is why some of us prefer French fries to eating vegetables. It all comes down to what the vibration is. It's not true that the vibration cannot be changed. It certainly can. As the guided meditations continue, you'll see that for yourself. Hey, there's an ice cream van ahead of us. Let's go get a couple of ice creams. Fantastic. I got a vanilla cone. What did you get? Delicious. I'm going to have to remember this park. It's a good choice you made to come here. I'll tell you what we're going to do is we're going to finish up the ice cream and let's shimmer back into the white room. So do that for me now. Shimmer, and you are now sitting in your seat, and the color white is observable in all directions. Okay, let's get our angel guide back. I'll ask you to stand up. The white room portal exit is now visible as well. We'll go through the portal. Just notice the gold and silver again as you go through, and we'll follow the angel guide back to the angelic portal homeworld. As we do that, we can see the grass in the lake starting to take shape again, and standing on the grass. Great. The angels on the other side, the four angels, they're happy. Really good job you've done today. You're going to find that all these guided meditations fit together in a wonderfully exciting way. Let's just keep following the angel now as we head back towards the home that you've built. On the walk, let's see a few fish. Actually, there's one jumping out of the water. I'm not a fisherman myself, but I do know a few people that would probably enjoy this place. I don't think I'll tell them no. Not yet anyway. Keep walking along the grass and passing by the home as you do so. Again, you're more than welcome to come back to this location at any time in between guided meditations. We'll just keep walking in the direction of the angelic portal, which of course is the exit as well. I'll get you to turn around and watch the angels fly away as they go. Please acknowledge them and thank them for their time. Again, all of the concepts that we are exposing you to will make sense as we go further. They are all built on one another and they'll piece together nicely. So standing in front of the exit point to the angelic portal, I'll ask you to follow the angelic guide through the portal and out onto the winding pathway that you noticed when you entered. Notice the colors, the gold and silver as you do so, and onto the pathway you are. So let's turn our attention to the angelic guide and thank the guide for participating and helping us today. That's it. We'll see the guide again very soon. So here we go, counting down from 10 to 1. 10, 9, 8. Move your hands and feet from side to side. 8, 7, 6, 5. Move your body from side to side. 3, 2, and 1. Opening your eyes. That's fantastic. You've done an absolutely wonderful job. Before standing up, maybe take a few moments just to get your bearings. A glass of water is always a great idea. Until the next time, thanks very much.